You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxshall, in which I chronicle my life and attempts to become a professional writer by, doing some writing daily, hopefully. Hello, it is Saturday the 20th of July 2024. Welcome to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. Yesterday was a very, very long day. So those of you who use technology may be aware that a lot of computers had problems yesterday, linked to, was it a Microsoft problem or something like that? Anyway, but it affected me at work. As I say, I'm airline cabin crew for a living, and I was supposed to be flying to Naples. I think I said yesterday in the podcast, hopefully I'll be talking to you tomorrow from Naples. Yeah, I'm not. It was a very long day, because at first it looked like the flight was actually going to go okay. When I first arrived at work, it was showing a very, very long delay, a 3-hour delay. But then that seemed to calm down a bit. I think what happened is some other flights were cancelled, which meant some planes and pilots were available, and suddenly our flight was going on time, which was terrific. And then something changed again, and we got to the plane. The plane was at the gate where it should be, and we started doing the bits and pieces we have to do. And then, suddenly we got word that there's no flight crew available there because of the disruption. They're stuck somewhere else, and they're trying to get some others, and they couldn't get any others, and in the end that flight was cancelled. So I was put on standby, and I'm now quite late at night, actually. About 9 o'clock, I got a phone call saying, we've got a flight for you, which is fine. So I'd rather be working than not working always. So I was sent to Lisbon, and I joined an existing crew. So they'd already been flying together all day. We all flew to Lisbon together. That flight, although I joined it and we didn't have to wait that long before I got onto the plane and all that kind of stuff, that flight was also, because of all the disruption, running very, very late. So we ended up landing at just after 1 a.m. in Lisbon. Now, Lisbon actually has the same time. I'd forgotten this, because you tend to think of Europe as being 1 hour ahead of us. But actually Lisbon has the same time as the UK. So I'm not jet lagged, because the time zone is exactly the same. I'm just very tired. So we arrived. It was not long after 1 o'clock, and we were at the hotel by about 2:30 a.m. But there is something quite nice about the way this has all panned out for me, because we go home later. I think the flight departs at 4:30 this afternoon. But I'm positioning. So what they needed me for was the flight yesterday, but they've already got the resource in place for the flight today. So effectively, I'm an extra body, which means I get to fly home in business class, which is quite nice. Very unusual. I've been working for the airline for 10 years, and honestly, I can count on a handful of hands. I can count on. I've positioned, which is what we call it when we fly home as a passenger, very, very rarely. So it's quite pleasant. It means in theory the bar is open to me, but actually it isn't, because I'm driving home as soon as I get home. So I'll have a lovely Diet Coke or something, or Coke Zero from the bar. So that's where I am now. And we got in, and it took me a little while to get to sleep. So I've only just woken up. I'm not going to do an awful lot here. I've got another, 3 hours before my alarm call, 4 hours before I'm picked up. So I have literally just opened my laptop with the intention of trying to get started on chapter 33 of Empress of the Trees, which is the first one that I've now written the plan out for. But yeah, I am absolutely shattered. So I don't think that's going to be happening today. And then I get home, it's going to be kind of 9:30 at night by the time I get home, because I think we clear which means basically, actually, I'm saying that I'm a passenger, so, but I've still, it'd still be about the same time, about 8:15. 8 o'clock by the time I'm back at the car, 9:30 by the time I'm home. So I think I won't be doing an awful lot today. And then tomorrow is actually quite nice. I'm doing a night flight to Abuja in Nigeria. So what I will traditionally do when I have a night flight is try and sleep during the day, so I'm awake and with it for the flight. Which seems like quite a good idea. It's not that long a flight actually, because it's only halfway down Africa, Nigeria. So it's although it's a night flight, it's not like a 12+ hour one. It's about 8 hours, possibly slightly less. So this is starting. Next couple of days is going to be more like the diary of a flight attendant. But I'll get there. I know it feels like I've been procrastinating starting actually working on this chapter for ages, but I will do it. I've got my outline. I know the story I need to tell. I just need to get some time and to actually tell it, and that'll do me for today. So again, I'll talk to you. I keep saying I might not do a podcast tomorrow because I'm not going to be doing any writing. We'll see how I feel. I might do one tomorrow, I might not, if I can think of something to say, like I did yesterday with the music. All right, take care, and I shall be back soon. Bye-bye. You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my random ramblings, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree at linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.